What is the best wild game meat? These animals would eat you, but you're on top of the food chain. We're serving up your suggestions, now, on the Brew.
Oh, Joel, you hungry? You hungry for some game meat? Did you ever try any game meat?
I actually don't think I've ever had any game meat. It's kind of hard. I've traveled a lot of places. I've had a lot of different things. I guess the closest I would say is maybe like gator, which was kind of like chicken and not super salty. Like I don't like seafood, and I guess it's not really the sea, and it's like the river, so it's kind of not really the same. But it actually was pretty good. It was very chicken-like, a little bit tougher, not as salty. I liked it, but that's about as close as I can get. Other than that, I really don't have any crazy answer. Like, I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, deer and buffalo, blah 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 blah."
Well, that was going to be my answer. First off, I've had alligator too, and agree with you here. I had it here at a New York City restaurant that was like New Orleans themed. The one thing, you're right, it's like chicken, but I thought it was actually spicy, and you're cool with spicy food. Didn't you find it like spicy?
I didn't find it spicy, but I had it with dipping sauce. There's a place that does Louisiana food around here, and we had it with like some Louisiana dippers, and we had all kinds of different dippers. It wasn't spicy, but maybe, I don't know, maybe you had some kind of different kind of gator. Maybe you had a crocodile.
Maybe I did. Look, I had no problems eating that meal though, because I know that son of a bitch would have no problems eating me. So I kind of felt like this is the one time like, yeah, I'm top of the food
chain.
That's a good point. Yeah. So I've had gator, I've had buffalo meat, like you said. But the crazy one, look, I don't remember this. My grandmother always told me this. Apparently when I was a kid, I ate squirrel. I do remember coming home sometimes and she would have like a squirrel boiling on the stove. Again, the woman grew up in the Depression, so they would pretty much eat anything. I don't remember. I just remember seeing a skinned squirrel there boiling in a pot. Not really appetizing or beautiful to look at, but apparently that's a thing from the Depression. You had to do what you had to do.
Apparently you played the Oregon Trail one too many times.
It went right through Dilltown, Pennsylvania. It certainly did. Well, our viewers, you guys have lots of suggestions for game meat you've liked and tried, so let's see. Rock Guitar says, ain't nothing like the well-grilled porcupine, but be sure to remove those quills. If you kill it, you'd better grill it. Hey, porcupines. All right, we had those in the mountains of Pennsylvania growing up. Let me tell you something, though. I had a dog tackle with one time, Joel, and it got those quills all through its like nose and snout. Those things are no joke. A, the dog's in pain, and B, that was one hell of a vet bill.
Don't they have like these little like pricks on them so that once they go in, they open up and you can't pull them out, kind of like the bee sting?
That's exactly right. It is a mess, and the dog's not going to hold still when you try to pull them out. It was pick the dog up into the vet you go, because there's nothing we could do to fix that situation. It's bad. Those guys are real. They're jerks.
So do they taste good?
I don't know. I'm not going to eat one. I'm not getting in on that. Definitely not with the quills. Ben says gator nuggets, gator sausage, gator jerky, all delicious. On the other hand, yak, 3 out of 10 do not recommend. Tastes like roast beef that's about 2 days old, but you eat it anyway because you don't want to waste food. Richard Poole 2 says deer, squirrel, rabbit, and snapping turtle. Good stuff. Ooh, snapping turtle. That's another one. Those things, I've ever seen one of those in real life. They actually do they'll bite you. They snap.
I'm curious what that tastes like. Can we get like a follow-up answer on that in the comments sometime? Like, let us know how snapping turtle is. Make a comparison, kind of like how we do.
Well, if you boil up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they probably taste like pizza.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. Don't hurt the Ninja Turtles, though. They'll get you in the end. Let them deal with Shredder. Todd says ringneck pheasant and grouse. Art says cow. I guess it's very nice. And finally, Starman says deer or elk. They're filling, though. That is one thing that I found about game meat when I've had like buffalo and bison. It's a different kind of meat than your ground beef. Like, it is very filling. I've had a buffalo burger and I can barely finish the thing. Like, when you're done, it's just like, whoa, so full.
Okay, that's kind of how I envisioned it. That last answer, right before that, the last answer actually, the one right before it, that one reminded me of, I've had quail one time in a really nice restaurant. And I was surprised. Like, it was actually not bad at all. It was also kind of similar to chicken. Like, I'm sure that most birds and most, like, lizards probably taste pretty similar. But, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that some of the bigger animals are a little bit tougher to eat.
You said you had quail out there because there's some restaurants here in the New York area that specialize in doing like the wild game meats. Like that's their deal. You come in and there's all kinds of crazy things in the menu. Now you pay like, $20-some a pound for it. But is that a thing there in Vegas? Because it definitely is here.
I'm not exactly sure. When I had it at a nice restaurant in San Francisco, and I was with a different group of people who were all just buying it already. So I really can't give you any insight on that. I wish I could. I'm sure that there are places like that here that are like more high end.
I mean, I grew up in Pennsylvania where hunting season's a thing, and it was to control the deer population because they are vermin, and I mean, if you don't control them, they're like pigeons here in New York, they will overrun the country. But at the same time, you eat the meat, and also, you feed your family on that because back there, there's not a lot of money to go on, and hell, we're heading that way now with our economy. So, yes, I ate deer meat.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to be eating, Joe, you're going to be hunting and eating quail.
They do serve that in Chinatown in New York City, but I apparently when I was a little kid, my mom gave me so much deer meat. Now I can't even stand it. Like no more game meat. If it's prepared right, fine, but no, I can't. I guess I'll just eat the fillers of ground beef.
I don't know, man. Everybody looks at your Instagrams like, wow, this guy eats some crazy shit.
Very true. Guilty. Yeah, that's all right. And hey, you want to see more, or if you guys have any more ideas, drop them in the comments below, and click that like and subscribe button for everything available on the Big Jersey Joe 50 YouTube channel. Lots of fun waiting for you every week. And we're fun to watch while you are dining on some crazy exotic meats. And it is crazy, Joel, we actually, in our travels, you and I have gone to places, we haven't tried something crazy like that. Maybe we will.
Not necessarily crazy. We've had a lot of different versions of stuff, but no crazy animals. Not yet.
No, not yet. We'll put it on the to-do list, that's all.
I want to try Pikachu. I want to try Sasquatch, Pikachu, and Chupacabra. And then that's it. That's my bucket list.
All right, let me get to work on the permits for that one. I think that's going to require some skill. All right, Jersey09 saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, I hope.
Funny ads looking for lost love. Kicking back with Jersey Joe has a new round of hilarious Craigslist missed connections.